What's up, Soul Fam, and everyone out there in the world? This is Newness Tarot, and this is going to be a general reading for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Saturn for the first half of the Sun transitioning in the sign of Scorpio. Now, all of y'all Aquariuses, I hope y'all have had a good Libra season, transitioning into Scorpio season, and I hope y'all have been having a good first half of Scorpio season while the Sun's in Scorpio. Now let's cover the astrological aspects, mainly the Sun and what it represents being in Scorpio. So the Sun is our viewpoints, our actions, how we see the world around us, as well as correlates to our wants, and it is in the energies of fixed water, which is Scorpio. So Scorpio is fixated on its own ways of feeling the emotions, and Scorpio was born out of the 8th house of behind closed doors energies, secrets, occult, and mysticism. So with that being said, you Aquarius are fixed AO, being fixated on your own ways of thinking and communicating. And Aquarius itself was born out of the 11th house of how you're seen in the public arena, your associates, and the people, places, and things that you associate yourself with. So, I'm going to shuffle the Universal Celtic Tarot deck a couple more times, and then move on to the Waite deck for clarifications, and then I'll move on to the Moonology Oracle deck to see what Mother Moon has to say to you through me to end the reading off. So, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Saturn. See what you guys got going on for the first half of the Sun transitioning the sign of Scorpio. Just lay the cards down. Sorry if you hear any background noise. So this is going to be for, like I said, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Saturn. So the overall energy of the reading is the Ace of Wands. So it's a spark of a new passionate idea, and you put an energy into this passionate idea moving forward during the first half of Scorpio. Now your first card from the Universal Celtic Tarot deck that you get is the Four of Cups, which is talking about discontentment, focusing on what you don't have instead of focusing on what you do have in front of you. And so do your best to switch your perspective about this during this time and focus on what you do have in front of you instead of focusing on what you don't have for the first half of the Sun transition in the sign of Scorpio. Now your second card that you get from the Universal Celtic Tarot deck is the Three of Wands. So the Three of Wands is talking about you planning and launching these long-term plans, or getting ready to launch these long-term plans that you have planned for yourself during the first half of the Sun transition in the sign of Scorpio. Now your third card from the Universal Celtic Tarot deck that you get is the Nine of Swords. And the Nine of Swords is talking about dealing with negative thoughts. Do your best to understand and understand that you as a spirit are no thing, no shape, no form. Only are creating and agreeing with thoughts and feelings. So instead of transmute these negative thoughts into positive thoughts the best way you can, the best in your ability. And moving forward during the first half of the Sun transition in the sign of Scorpio. Now with the fourth card from Universal Celtic Tarot deck that you get is the High Priestess, which is Taurus energies. You could be dealing with the Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, or not Saturn but Venus, or have Taurus in your chart, and so these energies will be amplified for you during the first half of the Sun transition in the sign of Scorpio. But overall, you're following your intuition and using your knowledge and wisdom that you've gained throughout your life and your experiences moving forward during the first half of the Sun transition in the sign of Scorpio. Keep in mind this also represents secrets, other secrets that you're keeping from others or others keeping from you. So just peep game, don't be scared, but just keep a lookout during the first half of the sun transitioning the sign of Scorpio. Now your fifth card for your Universal Cryptic Tarot deck is the Four of Swords, which is talking about meditating and pondering and going within, as well as taking a rest and being by yourself, meditating, like I said, about what it is that you want and desire to do moving forward during the first half of the sun transitioning the sign of Scorpio. Now with the sixth card for your Universal Cryptic Tarot deck that you get is the Sun card, which is Leo energy. So you can be dealing with the Leo, Sun, Moon, or Rising, or have Leo in your chart, and if so, these energies will be amplified for you during the first half of the sun transition in the sign of Scorpio. But overall, you are in a happy place and happy times. Excuse me. But there is happiness in your life overall during the first half of the sun transition in the sign of Scorpio. Excuse that one. But moving on to your seventh card for your Universal Cryptic Tarot deck that you get is the Seven of Cups. So the Seven of Cups is talking about choices or doing your best to follow your dreams, but you must watch out for illusions as well. Don't be caught up too much in a dream or an illusion, and think practical, but it is okay to let yourself dream and imagine. But if this is dealing with choices, do your best to narrow down your choices to 2 or 3 main choices so you can move efficiently during the first half of the sun transition in the sign of Scorpio. Now with your eighth card for the Universal Cryptic Tarot deck that you get is the Seven of Pentacles. And the Seven of Pentacles is talking about you've already planted seeds, waiting for these seeds to grow into fruition. But you must watch out for yourself from being impatient. Be patient, and what's meant to happen for you will happen. So move along like that during the first half of the sun transition in the sign of Scorpio. Now your ninth card and your last but not least card from not Mother Moon but the Universal Cryptic Tarot deck you get is the Page of Swords. So you are doing your best to adapt and adapt yourself in the circumstances situation that you are in currently, or you must watch out for immature communication at this time due to doing your best to adapt to the situation. So you may be focused on too much adapting and not need to pay attention to what your thoughts are before you speak into external. So be patient with yourself and others, but adapt as necessary during the first half of the sun transition in the sign of Scorpio. Now, let's clarify the Universal Cryptic Tarot deck, starting off with the overall being the Ace of Wands. So the Ace of Wands is clarified by the Queen of Swords. So the Queen of Swords is talking about being self-aware, standing in your truth, and giving sound advice. Do your best to not be the Queen of Swords in reverse and give advice in order to cut people down, but give advice to those who ask for it and who you feel deemed worthy of giving advice to. Remain independent, remain self-aware, and remain in your truth, but don't, like I said, cut anybody down while doing so. And with it clarifying the Ace of Wands, this is what kind of passionate idea you're giving birth to, is ideas of staying independent and being self-aware of yourself during the first half of the sun transition in the sign of Scorpio. Now with the Four of Cups, the Four of Cups is clarified by the Three of Wands. So the Three of Wands is talking about planning and getting ready to launch these long-term plans. But with that being said, with the clarifying the Four of Cups, you may be on getting held back in some way from launching those long-term plans, which is making you, which is putting you into this discontent energy. Focus on what you got going on right now, and don't focus on what you don't have. Or do so in the best of your ability, and be patient on launching these long-term plans that you want to launch currently during the first half of the sun, just in the sign of Scorpio. Now with the Three of Wands, from the Universal Celtic Tarot deck. This the Wands is clarified by the Death card, which is Scorpio energy. So you begin with a Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Mars, or have Scorpio in your chart, and so these energies will be amplified for you during the first half of the Sun transition in the sign of Scorpio. But overall, you are transforming yourself in any way in order to launch these long-term plans that you are wanting to launch for yourself during the first half of the Sun transition in the sign of Scorpio. So I do see transformation in your life during the first half of, like I said, the Sun transition in the sign of Scorpio. Now with the Nine of Swords, the Nine of Swords is clarified by the Judgment card, which again is Scorpio energy once again. So you begin with the Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Mars, or have Scorpio in your chart, and so these energies will be amplified for you during the first half of the Sun transition in the sign of Scorpio. But with that being said, the Judgment card clarifying the Nine of Swords, you may want to give rebirth to an idea that you have in the past, but in doing so, you are getting put into the energies of feeling anxiety or worry. So, with that being said, do your best to not be anxious or have negative thoughts about this idea that you're rebirthing. If this idea that you're rebirthing is for the betterment of your well-being, your highest good, do your best to create positive thoughts and feelings about this idea that you're rebirthing so you can implement it into the present moment during the first half of the Sun transition in the sign of Scorpio. Now with the High Priestess, the High Priestess is clarified by the Queen of Cups. So the Queen of Cups is talking about nurturing yourself and putting your emotions towards yourself and what it is that you want and desire to do for yourself during this time, but as well as giving emotions to yourself and what you're wanting and desiring to do. You're also giving your emotions to only those that you feel deemed worthy of, because the Queen of Cups herself only gives her cup to those that she feels deemed worthy of giving her cup to. So be discerning on who you give your emotions to during this time, and do your best to follow your intuition while doing so during the first half of the Sun transition in the sign of Scorpio. Now with the Four of Swords, the Four of Swords is clarified by the Two of Wands. So the Two of Wands is talking about planning. As you can see here, the man, which represents the thought form, is looking towards the world, which is looking at the bigger picture of your life. So while meditating, look at the bigger picture of your life and plan accordingly during the first half of the Sun transition in the sign of Scorpio. Now with the Sun card is clarified by the King of Pentacles. So the King of Pentacles is talking about you having to work hard to get where you are, but you have succeeded and have everything that you want and need in the material realm, which is bringing you a lot of happiness during this time while the Sun is transitioning the first half of Scorpio. So you are in a really good place, even though you may be dealing with some anxiety for the in the moment. Now with the Seven of Cups, the Seven of Cups is clarified by the Ten of Cups, which the Ten of Cups as the card represents having everything that you want and need in the emotional realm and giving those emotions. So do your best, well, not do your best, but with they clarifying the Seven of Cups, it is talking about your having happiness and having everything that you want and need in the emotional realm, and it's like your dreams are coming true for you during the first half of the Sun transition in the sign of Scorpio. Since the Seven of Cups is talking about dreams and illusions, as well as choices, the choices that you make are also putting you in a happy place during the first half of the Sun transition in the sign of Scorpio. Now with the Seven of Pentacles, the Seven of Pentacles is clarified by the Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles is talking about holding on to things too tightly. So you may be holding on to things too tightly of where you've planted seeds at, or if this for your betterment of your being, your highest good, continue to hold on to where you have planted your seeds out, and know that what's meant to happen for you will happen during the first half of the Sun transition sign of Scorpio. Now with the Page of Swords, the Page of Swords is clarified by the Sun card, which is Leo energy. So you could be there with a Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, or have Leo in your chart, and so these energies will be amplified for you during the first half of the Sun transition in the sign of Scorpio. And with that being said, there is happiness in your life, though this happiness does involve having to adapt to the circumstances, situation at hand, with the clarifying the Page of Swords. So do your best to adapt as necessary, and you will find happiness by doing so. And but watch out for your communication as well during the first half of the sun transition sign of Scorpio. Now let's move on to the Moonology Oracle deck. Let's see what Mother Moon has to say to you through me to end the reading off. So, your first card from the universal, not universal, but Mother Moon to you through me is New Moon in Virgo. A time to give rather than take. So this is the first card from Mother Moon to you through me. So with this card as a time to give, time to give rather than take. Give what you can. Implement these ideas. Transform yourself so you can launch these long-term plans for yourself. It could be a business, a work, or an aspiration of some sort. But it is a time to give during this time of the sun transition in the first half of Scorpio instead of taking. So keep that in mind and be aware of that. Your second card for Mother Moon to you through me is Waxing Moon. The energy is gaining momentum. So the energy is gaining momentum, which we can see here with 2, 3 of Wands and the 2 of Wands, as well as the Ace of Wands as well, giving birth to a new passionate vision. But the energy itself is moving during this time. So plan accordingly and know that movement is coming for you during the first half of the sun transition sign of Scorpio. Now your third and last but not least card from Mother Moon to you through me is New Moon. A new start is coming. So a new start is coming for you, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Saturns. So know that newness is on the way. So just be prepared for that. Use your intuition, which can be represented with the High Priestess. But overall, you are in a happy place with the Ten of Cups and the Sun card, though you may have to adapt yourself to the situation at hand. But there is a new start coming for you during the first half of the sun transition sign of Scorpio. And with that being said, that'll be all for this generating for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Saturns. I hope this helped. I hope this brought clarity or aided you in any way. Shout out to the whole Soul family. Shout out to Dora the Pilot Man. Y'all be blessed. Remember that you'll never be less. Y'all take care and peace.